That is fucking you. That's blowing my mind away. Maths, fuck maths. I hate maths, man. I'm scared. That's true, honestly. Right, so I'm gonna bring you on now. So we're gonna go next.
One behind you.
The one behind. Yeah. If you want to take this one or the black one, or it's up to you. Okay, so hi. Hello? Is it on?
Let's switch on it.
Okay, hi, I'm Nikki. I'm from Seattle, so I'm American from the States. So I do spoken word, and my first poem is about the first time I started spoken word poetry in 7th grade. And it's about my teacher. Let me tell you a story of 7th grade fingertips pirouette across paper like morning rose petals. I could write empty sentences like raincoats. Cover up, you might get sick. But she told me, let the rain fall like melting moons underneath your skin. Pen runs without breath, I could write. She told me sentences can make memories bleed ink. Stain superficial surfaces like a beach. She told me stories can breathe. But poets' hearts pound, about to burst from too many scarred thunderstorm seconds like falling shattered glass. They need stories to help them breathe. I need stories to help me breathe. From silence so loud, it's hard to speak. From too many doses of broken sunlight. And that's when she told me that I could write. Thank you. Okay, so my next poem is kind of funny because it's about math. Someone who hates math. But besides the point. So this one's about math, and I loved math before I loved spoken word poetry because of its perfection and conjectures and everything. So that's what I devoted this poem to. And I wrote it in high school, which I'm in. Oh, and I think that's secondary school. There's a reason the word high is in high school. While some people decide to use different methods to feel a rush, I take doses of mathematics. Instead of snapping rules, I snap numbers using division. I crunch calculations like sips of alcohol. I'm addicted. I speak the language of algebra. When moments change like winter calls or thirst for energy from shivering trees, or when I can't see clearly anymore, when images completely deceive. Numbers always have my back. They don't change, they are exact. Unaffected reality. It's nice to know how everything will turn out when no one seems to follow the rules. It's nice to see how when time ticks tomorrow and like boils in the back of my throat like hot hemlock, strikes teases like impossible sparks of fire, and a frozen eruption of glassy emptiness. The square root of 169 will always be 13. I remember when I used to calculate calories because I couldn't trust myself to see. Numbers were precise, truth unchanging, bias-free. I rock out on a calculator, I get an adrenaline rush from geometry. I find power in exponents, realize my roots and squares multiply strings and moments to repeats and knots of changing, unconnected memories. This is what I call applied mathematics. I count the steps I will have to take until I graduate or until I will be free. Oh wait, but if I properly calculate, that means piles of bills, tuition, and healthcare money. Math dreamt the universe. Laws that no government can twist or bend. Explains the frequencies of fluorescent waves that ribbon against midnight. Is brave enough to waltz in everlasting dawn with morning raindrops tracing spheres with perfect circumferences. The earth rumbles, explodes cracks of fire where the crush of fall leaves. Math knows when the sky will tear itself apart into bundles of screaming light. This is what I see when I look at numbers. An alphabet with 10 digits has an endless library. Okay, so my first love was math, my second one was poetry, and my third one was in high school. So this is actually a love poem. Well, you don't actually feel love in high school, but crush poem, I guess. So. Life sparks, time spins. Moments evaporate, the light is dim. Shadows rise like ivy, crawl and whisper secrets in limbo. Yet I still will never let you go. Scarlet skies ribbon like diamond quilts against twilight. Heartbeats whisper stories after midnight. Dawn erupts from Earth's arms 1,000 times, bleeding beams of sunlight, kissing infinities and mountain peaks. Yet I still will never sleep. Electric cords rip open the atmosphere, and the world still pauses as my thoughts repeat these clauses. The future twirls, catching stars in icy fingertips, pressing them closer together, whistling hurricanes between her lips. Wraps time around her neck like a shawl, yet she doesn't even breathe. Under December moonlight, when you hold me close, even time experiences an overdose. I try not to be distracted, try to whirl the hands of her clock again, try to run away from Neverland, try to bleed the cuts on my heart from falling so hard for you. But I guess that's pretty stupid, since those open wounds were carved by a merciless Cupid, and scars don't ever fade if every guy always carries a new switchblade. So I guess I will just shut my eyes and clog the cuts with bittersweet lies and whisper your name 1,000 times until the words go numb and I finally sigh his broken letters for the last time. In my last poem, I performed it in a class at my school, and I was really shy and a little bit scared. I had like big glasses because I find it hard to see. And so I stood up on the stage, and it's called the pen. So I stood up on the stage, I took out my pen, and I said, "This is my bad ass weapon, and can shift words that can blur the lines between reality and symphony like splattered watercolor paint. Can sink to the skin like rose petals sewn into the wind. Open locks and change their code like punching math problems into a calculator. Multiply strength, divide power, subtract pain, equals. And let me tell you, this is my bad ass weapon. And it can blind. Sunlight peeling away from the eyes, a precious gold that illuminates the doorways connected to the mind, and then lights a fire inside the rhythm of the beating fist that keeps us alive. A pen can't erase, it can only cross off the past. But at least that way I can tell what happened before, still exists, confident enough to kiss paper, and then stay. Poets, this is your badass weapon, knits words into revolutions, drives roads across the sun and the moon, and wrecks them sometimes. Listen, this is my electric guitar, and a pluck of its strings will set earthquakes of thoughts, untangle history like tangled rope, leaving stitches to slap the sky. It sings its pitch, its melody, and thunder claps and melts hearts like amber sap, sticky enough to press the broken pieces back together. Drapes curtains of white marzipan, cloaking trees that miss their leaves. You are a badass magician with a badass pen. Let ink be your dust and poetry your show adrenaline. Thank you.